Imagine, in the stuffy slums of Gary, Indiana, where factories devour hopes, a boy is born whose voice and dance will ignite the world brighter than any star. Michael Joseph Jackson, from a family of 10 children, where the father steelworker beats for mistakes, but talent shines like a diamond in the dirt. He will become the king of pop, selling 350 million albums, revolutionizing show business. But remember, even kings fall. His life, like the flash of a supernova, will end in tragedy in 2009, leaving an echo in eternity. Ready to dive into this epic saga? And now imagine this very boy, 5 years old, tiny, in huge boots, standing on the stage of a nightclub in Gary. Joe Jackson, the tyrant father, has already taken away his childhood. From 3 years old, daily rehearsals for 6 to 8 hours, belt discipline, and not a single day without music. But that evening, little Michael steps forward and sings, "You Are My Sunshine," and the whole hall falls silent. A voice pure, adult, almost inhuman. At 9 years old, he is already the leader of the Jackson 5 group. At 11, the first million-selling hit, "I Want You Back." At 13, Solo Ben, a song about love for a rat, which somehow touches the whole world to tears. All this time, something enormous is growing inside him. He is no longer just a talented child. He understands. His voice and body are weapons. He watches James Brown, Jackie Wilson, Sammy Davis Jr. and steals a movement, an intonation, a glance from each. And then returns home and practices them to perfection in the basement until 3 in the morning. By 18, Michael is no longer a child star. He is a machine. He leaves Motown, breaks the contract with his father, hires Quincy Jones and says, "I want to make an album that will change everything." And in 1979, Off the Wall comes out, a record that for the first time shows the world. This guy doesn't just sing. He knows how to make millions of people move like no one before him. And then, at 21, he already knows for sure, now everything will be according to his rules. And no one, neither father, nor labels, nor the whole world, will tell him anymore how to sound and how to dance. But the path to fame was not strewn with roses, it was strewn with thorns. In the 1970s, Jackson 5 explode the charts, ABC, I'll Be There, hits one after another, millions of dollars flow like a river, but Michael, a teenager, feels the cage. Motown Records holds them in a vice. Children's images, sweet songs, no control. Father Joe, the tyrant manager, beats, humiliates, forces to rehearse to exhaustion. Michael loves his brothers, but inside he boils. This is not me. I want more. Here is the key moment, 1978. Michael meets Quincy Jones on the set of The Wiz, where he plays the Scarecrow. This is not just a role. There he falls in love with Diana Ross, learns from the best, and makes a choice, breaks the shackles. He convinces his brothers to leave Motown for Epic Records, but his father resists. Michael stands his ground, family honor against creative freedom. "I won't be a puppet," he says. In 1979, they leave, but Joe is left behind. Is this betrayal? No, this is prophecy. Michael whispers to himself, "I will become a legend, alone on stage, with the moon under my feet." And then, breakthrough. Off the Wall sells 20 million, but Michael knows, this is just a spark. He looks at the Grammy, only one nomination? The next album will blow everything away, he promises. And inside him, Thriller is already ripening, a monster that will swallow the world. But for now, conflicts temper. Father's oppression, label chains, racial barriers on MTV. Michael chooses to fight, not with fists, but with genius. And this decision will make him immortal. And now imagine, 1982, Michael at the top, but he doesn't stop. He rushes into an adventure that could destroy everything. Off the Wall was a hit, but Michael goes all in. "I want an album that sells 100 million copies." Quincy Jones laughs. That's impossible. But Michael insists. He invests his money, time, soul into Thriller. He experiments, mixes pop, rock, funk, even invites Eddie Van Halen on guitar for Beat It to break racial barriers in music. Risk? Huge. Critics could say, too strange, too ambitious. But Michael knows, all or nothing. and here videos. Before him, videos were simple, but Michael turns them into mini-movies. 4. Thriller, a 14-minute zombie masterpiece for $500,000, with John Landis directing. He risks his reputation, Jehovah's Witnesses, his faith, condemn the occultism in the video, threaten excommunication. Michael adds a disclaimer at the beginning: this does not promote occultism. Paradox? He, a devout guy, singing about monsters, and it works. The video blows up MTV, the first black artist in rotation, millions of views, and Thriller sells 65 million copies, becoming the best-selling album of all time. But adventures continue. 1983, Motown 25. Michael steps on stage in a black hat, white glove, and does the moonwalk. The world freezes. This is not just a step, it's an illusion, practiced in the basement for hours, inspired by street dancers. Risk, one wrong move, and failure in front of 47 million viewers. But he nailed it, and moonwalk becomes his signature. And then, Pepsi ad, 1984. During filming, his hair catches fire from pyrotechnics, second-degree burns, pain for life. Michael could give up, but no. He sues, wins $1.5 million and donates it to charity, building a burn center. Paradoxical behavior, from tragedy, triumph. And risks escalate. Michael buys the Beatles catalog for $47.5 million in 1985. A bold move, bypassing Paul McCartney, who was his friend. Business is business, he says. This makes him a multimillionaire, but pushes away friends. Plus, changes in appearance. Vitiligo forces him to bleach his skin, nose plastic, due to childhood complexes from his father. Media call him weird, but Michael doesn't back down. I'm recreating myself. In 1987, Bad comes out, another all-in with videos like Smooth Criminal, where he leans at 45 degrees with special boots. Risk of failure? High, but the album sells 35 million. Michael, king, but every step on the edge of the abyss, where fame borders on madness. And this is just the beginning of his epic flight. Imagine the 1980s in full swing. Michael Jackson is no longer just a star, he is a phenomenon that rewrites the rules of pop music like a god descended to earth. Thriller is not just an album, it's an earthquake. 65 million copies sold worldwide, 7 top 10 singles on Billboard, including Billie Jean and Beat It, which break racial barriers on radio and MTV. Shock. This is the best-selling album in history, with revenue over $500 million, and Michael wins 8 Grammys in one night in 1984, a record that lasts for decades. He doesn't sing, he rules, making millions of fans around the world copy his style, from the glove to the fedora. But the top is just beginning. In 1987, Bad comes out, another monster, 35 million copies, 5 number ones in the charts in a row, the first such case in history. Michael goes on the Bad World Tour, 123 concerts in 15 countries, 4.4 million viewers, grosses $125 million, making it the most profitable solo tour of all time at that point. Imagine stadiums where 100,000 people scream in unison, and Michael, like a general of his army, steps on stage in a military jacket, and the whole world follows him. His leadership, not in orders, but in magic. He knows how to ignite the crowd, remembers fans' names, donates millions to charity, from $300 million over his career to fight hunger in Africa through We Are the World in 1985, where he gathers 44 superstars and raises $63 million for the starving. And in 1991, Dangerous, 32 million copies, singles like Black or White, where Michael uses morphing technologies in the video to show racial unity, and this is watched by 500 million people worldwide simultaneously, a shock broadcast on Fox, HBO, and BT. He is the leader of the revolution, the first artist to turn videos into blockbusters, spending millions on production, like Remember the Time, with Eddie Murphy and Iman, or In the Closet, with Naomi Campbell. Fans, his legion, from Japan to Russia, where he performs in 1993 at Luzhniki Stadium in front of 90,000, despite the rain. And Super Bowl halftime show in 1993? 133 million viewers, a TV record, where Michael stands motionless for 2 minutes, then explodes the stage, increasing the show's rating by 8.6% and forever changing halftime in the industry. Michael, king who leads the industry forward. His dances inspire generations, from Britney Spears to Justin Timberlake. His business moves, like buying ATV Music with rights to the Beatles, make him one of the richest artists with a fortune of $500 million. But this leadership is fanatical. He builds Neverland Ranch, 2,700 acres of fairy tale with a zoo and attractions, where he hosts thousands of sick children for free through the Heal the World Fund, founded in 1992 to help children around the world. Shock. Over his career, he donates to 39 charitable organizations, from AIDS to cancer. Michael is not just at the top. He soars above the world, like a supernova, illuminating pop culture. But remember, even stars have their darkness, and his peak is the eve of the storm. And now, the culmination of genius, the moment when Michael Jackson turns pop music into a global spectacle, like a strategist planning the conquest of the world. Take 1991, the Dangerous album, not just a release, but a tactical masterpiece, where Michael, like a chess player, calculates every move. He spends 2 years and $10 million on production, collaborating with Teddy Riley for New Jack Swing, mixing R&B, rap and industrial sound. Genius details. He rejects old formulas, introduces Heal the World as a hymn to peace, but with subtext. His fund helps thousands of children. The album debuts at number 1 in 10 countries, sells 32 million copies, but this is not luck. This is strategy. Key triumph. The Black or White video premiere on November 14, 1991. Michael uses revolutionary morphing technology. Faces of different races smoothly transition into each other, symbolizing unity. Budget, $4 million. Director John Landis. Cameo from Macaulay Culkin and Tyra Banks. Tactics, broadcast simultaneously in 27 countries to 500 million viewers, a record. MTV, Fox, BT, all channels in his hands. He breaks barriers. The first video with a panther symbol of anger against racism, where Michael smashes windows with inscriptions KKK rules. Critics in shock, but genius in details. He adds a disclaimer after the scandal, calming censors, and the video goes viral, increasing sales by 500,000 per week. And Dangerous World Tour 1992 to 1993? This is an engineering thriller, 69 concerts in 25 countries, 3.5 million viewers, grosses 100 million. Michael plans like a general, a stage with a catapult, where he flies over the stadium, illusions with doubles, hydraulic platforms for smooth criminal. He knows weaknesses. His health is fragile due to vitiligo and stress, but tactics control everything from light to costumes. In Bucharest, 70,000 fans, broadcast on HBO gathers 250 million views, a record for a concert. Shock. He donates all tour proceeds, $1.25 million per show, to Heal the World Foundation, helping children in wars and poverty. Michael, not just an artist, he is a visionary. His strategies change the industry, from marketing, partnerships with Pepsi, Sony, to technology's first interactive videos. This is the peak of intellect. Albums as weapons, tours as battles, where he wins not by force, but by innovations. But even in triumph, shadow matures, scandals of 1993 on the horizon, and his genius is about to collide with chaos. Imagine, 1993, Michael at the peak, Dangerous Tour gathers millions, but suddenly the world turns upside down, like in slow motion. August, Neverland Ranch. A 13-year-old boy accuses him of inappropriate behavior. Michael in shock. He, who helped thousands of children, suddenly under fire. "This is a lie," he whispers. "I am innocent." But media explode. Headlines, paparazzi, searches. Tour interrupted. Michael flies to London, but stress breaks him. Addiction to painkillers, weight loss. Slow down the moment. In November, he gives a statement via satellite TV from Mexico, laconically, "I am clean." This is extortion. And in January 1994 settlement, $23 million, not admission of guilt, but a way to close the case. But the scar remains. Conflicts escalate, like a storm. To dispel rumors of weirdness, Michael makes a bold step, marries Lisa Marie Presley in May 1994, Elvis's daughter, in a secret ceremony in the Dominican Republic. "This is real love," he says. They kiss at MTV Awards, but marriage cracks, divorce in 1996. And in November of the same year, second wedding with Debbie Rowe, a nurse, who gives birth to 2 children, Prince in 1997 and Paris in 1998. Laconic power, "They are my life," he declares, but press whispers about surrogate parenthood. Album history in 1995, Response to Crisis, 18 million copies, double disc with hits and new tracks like They Don't Care About Us, where he hits racism and media. History tour, 82 shows, 4.5 million viewers, 165 million grosses, but health fails, fainting at rehearsal in 1995. Slow Down, 1999, Blood on the Dance Floor, remixes, 6 million, but critics say, decline. Then 2001, Invincible, 30 million on production, hits like You Rock My World, but conflict with Sony. Michael accuses Tommy Mottola of sabotage, laconically, "He is racist." Album killed. Crisis deepens. 2002, Berlin, Adlon Hotel. Michael shows newborn son blanket to fans from the balcony, wrapped in a blanket. Moment in slow-mo, child on the edge, world in horror, but Michael, "I wanted to share joy." Scandal. And in 2003, Martin Bashir's documentary, Living with Michael Jackson, where Michael admits he sleeps with children in one room, innocently, but media distort. New accusations from Gavin Arvizo. Slow Down arrest. November 2003, handcuffs, photo in press, bail 3 million. Michael comes out and declares, "Lie runs sprint, truth, marathon." Trial in 2005, 14 weeks, 130 witnesses, Michael in pajamas in court due to illness. Verdict, not guilty on all 14 counts. Laconically, truth triumphed. But he is broken, leaves for Bahrain, debts grow to 500 million, ranch at auction. Michael, king under siege, his power in words and music, but conflicts pull down to the inevitable edge. But even kings are not eternal, and here, after the 2005 trial, where Michael came out innocent but broken, the inevitable fall begins, full of tragic irony and ominous omens. He leaves America, seeks refuge in Bahrain with Sheikh Abdullah, then in Ireland, recording music in secret, but shadows of the past pursue. Debts reach $500 million, Neverland Ranch closes in 2006, his fairy tale world with attractions and zoo, symbol of the childhood he never had, empties like a ghost. Omen. Friends whisper, "Michael, stop, medications are killing you," but he ignores, relying on painkillers after burns and surgeries, his body, a battlefield from vitiligo, lupus and endless plastics. Irony strikes. In 2008 auction of his property, gloves, awards, everything for sale, but Michael buys back, clinging to the past. He, legend, but lonely, divorce from Debbie Rowe in 1999, custody of children, but press doesn't stop, calling him Wacko Jacko. And dreams? Insomnia torments for years. He sees nightmares about losing everything, soothsayers in his entourage warn, "Don't return to the stage, this is the end." But Michael, in hubris, announces in March 2009 this is it, 50 concerts in London, tickets sell out in hours, 1 million fans wait, promising 400 million revenue. "This is my final curtain," he says, but irony, this is really the final. Preparation, hell. Rehearsals at Staples Center, Michael loses weight to 50 kilograms, doesn't sleep for weeks. Dr. Conrad Murray injects propofol, milk, for sleep, ignoring risks. Omens escalate. June 24th he shines at rehearsal, sings Earth Song with youthful energy, but inside, chaos. Morning of June 25, 2009. In the mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles, Murray finds him without breath, overdose of propofol and benzodiazepines. Slow Down. Ambulance rushes, but in hospital, death at 14:26, from acute intoxication. World freezes. Fans cry at Apollo Theater, stars mourn, but irony of the peak. king of pop, whose songs about life and love revived millions, dies from sleep medication at the foot of his empire, betrayed by the doctor he hired himself. Hubris led to demise. He wanted to give the world the last show, but the world lost him forever at 50, leaving 3 children and echo in hearts. And here, after the tragic death on June 25, 2009, the world mourns the king of pop, but his legacy shines brighter than ever, shaping pop culture for centuries. Michael Jackson, not just an artist, he is a revolutionary. Thriller changed the industry, making videos blockbusters, Moonwalk, dance icon, and his hits like Billie Jean and Man in the Mirror, anthems of generations, with total album sales over 1 billion copies. He elevated Black artists to mainstream, breaking MTV barriers, and inspired stars from Beyoncé to Bruno Mars, who copy his style, vocal, and show. Charity? Over $300 million to help children, AIDS and hunger. Heal the World Foundation lives on, saving lives. Compare with Elvis Presley or Beatles. Michael surpassed them in global influence, becoming the first artist with hits in 5 decades, and his Neverland, symbol of lost childhood, which he gave to the world. Even in the shadow of scandals, his music is pure. Posthumous album This Is It grossed $72 million, and in 2014 Escape, another hit. Michael, like Alexander the Great of pop music, conquered everything but fell from his own empire. His echo in every beat, every step on stage. And what if the next video about another king or queen, Elvis, Tina Turner? Subscribe, like, and wait. The story continues.